Hey everyone. Hey, listen, I'm experimenting with different video editing tools. Plus, I'm learning to code. So I'm taking on a lot of new, educational opportunities. And so I'm in day 17 of learning Python. It's a 100-day course. And today we were learning more about how to set in breaks into, for instance, a game of rock, paper, scissors. Takes me through the course of a player playing a game. And so let's just go back here and say, okay, player one, R, player two, S. Oh, player one, smash, player two, rocket and dust, whatever. So let's go play another game, S, S. So it's a draw. And then R and MP, boom. So in any case, what it really shows is the ability to create these loops, but without putting yourself into the issue of infinite loops. And so you're able to use these different techniques to do that. Someone who knows Python a lot better than me could explain it better. But I've been thinking, how does this really apply to me? How does this apply to my work? And there are a few ways I think about it. First, I'm learning a lot about coding through really modern platforms like Replit. Replit's a great platform for learning how to code. It has a pretty strong AI engine behind it. Then I can also use services like Claude. So how else can I use this? Well, it provides me with more understanding, for instance, like why syntax is becoming less important in learning how to code because there's AI engines behind it. And that's going to change things quite a bit. And actually what it looks like is a shift towards more testing and debugging. There's other things too that I get out of it. I'm thinking, how do you use this from a journalistic perspective? Well, and how would you use this, for instance, like if you wanted to take action on an issue? So how could you create games to create actions on issues such as AI, right? AI is powerful, it's insightful, I love it, I use it a lot, but what are the impacts of it? And we're starting to see it right here in my local community. There is a community called Linton. It's just across the Willamette River from St. John's where I live. And above Linton is Forest Park. Well, there's a big fab that Intel has out in Hillsboro. But PGE now is saying, well, listen, Intel is saying they need more power for their fab, and so we need to put another electric line up. Well, that creates all these kinds of issues. Like, what does it affect? It affects, for instance, the whole landscape, first of all, like what you see driving down Route 30. But it also affects all these other things, like when you see hillsides clear cut, there's creeks that usually flow within there that are totally decimated and everything becomes clogged up and it's just a bare, ugly mess. So you could create games about that. What are the impacts on it? And there's, for instance, this whole story about a tree frog. I'm not going to get into it right now, but in any case, it kind of illustrates the impacts when shade is gone and so on and so forth. But it also provides me a way to think more about how I can better write stories. And I think that's really the key here. So that's my little talk for today. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.